What's happening, everybody? Rusty Shanks here again. Day 4 at the old homestead. Just trying to figure out what we're going to maybe do. It is now the first day of October, and it looks like the grass has grown in over there a little bit. I think this is completely grown right here in front of me. So what I think I'm going to do, just to basically push off the mowing a little bit, I'm going to let all that grass get grown back up. Now, we're getting ready to get, next month will be November. So, I don't know. I think it's set up on here that there is snow. So, we're going to let the grass grow. That way it's all the same length. And then one of the days, if there's snow, all right, 87%. One of the days, if there isn't any snow in the first day of November, yeah, then I think what we'll do is mow. I think what we'll do is spend a day mowing, but I think I can make a little bit more money cutting up some logs and running them up to the mill, the other mill. I'm sorry, folks, I'm bumbling around here. Just wanted to cut that. So it took the big piece, and then did that get it up to 100? Is now my question. 91. Let's see here. I wonder why it took that end over there. I'm going to try to cut this up. One more piece here. Yeah, that didn't disappear. I just want to see if we can get this thing up to 100%. I'm just kind of curious why it's not taking anything now. Okay. All right, I don't know. I would say, how do I jump? Don't jump with chainsaws, folks. Let me get out of here. I would say I cut these up, put them into the trailer, but I want to get a couple of these trees cleared from this gravel road right here, and I'll probably clean this gravel road up just a little bit once I have it, once we have all the trees knocked down. But it is almost 7:45 in the morning. I think what we're going to do is see how many of these trees I can get cut down up to the sawmill and see if we can really start making some money. I was considering buying a few things. One was some honey, but I would need a front loader, and I would need some front loader tools like a pallet jack. Pallet forks, I should say. I think. So I could run honey. And I don't even know how quick that would make us any money. But anyway, we're going to cut down a couple of these trees. We're going to get them up to the sawmill. We are at $3,715. We're going to make a little bit of money here in about 5 minutes. And we're going to see how much money we can make today without kind of waiting around for that sawmill to do its thing. Oh, come on now. I am bumbling around today, folks. I'm not going to lie. All right, yeah, we did not make very much money. We're not making very much money. I don't have any grass in the grass thing either, so that doesn't help. I was looking at a stump grinder. The problem with the stump grinder, it doesn't really make us any money. It just costs us money. It does get a little bit convenient down the road when you're kind of trying to go up and down roads without getting smacked around. All right, anyway, I'm babbling on. I'm going to get this going. See how much money we can make. Here we go. All right, folks. I saw something just a second ago, and I decided I'm going to have to try it. Oh, get in the tractor. I highly doubt this is going to work. If it does, that'd be beautiful. that that does not seem like that's gonna work. I had a feeling it wouldn't. Oh shit. Smashed into my tractor there. Alright, we got a couple of them dragged out of here. This one here had a, I think there was another one over here that had the little split fork on the end of it. That turns into a pain in the ass. And I figured something out, folks. I did actually think that I had this ability. I just could not figure it out how to do it. But I can use my chainsaw there to get rid of my stumps, so I do not need a stump grinder. I figured that out accidentally by messing around with the that tree back there that had the split fork on it. I was trying to cut it up, and then the next thing I know, I was actually cutting on the stump here. I like that. That's convenient. That's convenient. Again, I like the idea of the realism of this game because it seriously does get very realistic. I watched a guy the other day for about 20 minutes, and he was plowing his field, and I was like, man, that is a long process right there. Oh my goodness. Pardon me, folks. All right, sorry about that. Phone's all of a sudden blowing up. Been quiet all day, and now it's ringing off the hook. All right, here we go. Anyway, I'm gonna knock a couple of these little stumps out of here and get those out of the way. And it's almost 11 o'clock. So we're about to make a little bit of money. We're up to 4,000. I'm going to try to get a load up to the sawmill. I've been bumbling around for what seems like half the morning. I do appreciate the realism of this game in a lot of aspects. At the same time, it can be very time consuming. Very time consuming. I'm probably like most of you folks. I got real jobs. I got to go work. I only wish I could be out here on the farm all day. All right, we're going to get some of this loaded up, and then I'm going to cut some of these trees. We're going to see if we can get us full load. Here we go. Gee, Merry Christmas. Holy smokes, folks. That took me about 6 hours to get that thing loaded. Not really. Hour and a half. But I did take my time a little bit. I think I still have a little bit more room here. Let me get in here and grab this. Okay, pick that up. Oh, wrong way. Kind of trying to use my joystick here to get those in there a little bit better. I think I made that one worse, if you can imagine that. All right. All right, I think I'm going to try to get a couple more pieces in here because it looks like I can sneak a few more in there. All right, I pushed my luck a little bit, and I ended up getting both of those trees in here. The second one wasn't very big, but that's all right. I've got one over there that I brought down last night. Oh, come on, drop on in there, would you? We brought that one down last night. We probably need to cut it eventually. I'm kind of like starting to wonder if I ought to just clear those trees out right there on this next run those up, and then maybe let the sawmill run all the way out. I'm kind of wondering if maybe I just pick one item. And I'm not 100% positive of this, but I think distributing might actually give you pallets of whichever item. Planks. I don't know that for a fact. I don't know what I'm talking about, so don't tell your friends to watch me to learn how to play Farming Simulator 25, because it'll probably lead to nothing but bad choices. We're finally getting our first load up here to the mill at about 20 minutes till 2. It's super foggy up here in the valley, or up here on the hill. The valley's usually pretty foggy. Yeah, it's foggy too. All right. I'll meet y'all up top before I wreck this tractor here. Oh, I went to the wrong place, folks. I'm trying to sell logs, not grass. Here we go. Where's old Skippy today? Nobody's working here? What's going on? Doesn't look like it. All right, let's sell this off. Okay, $1,900. That's a pretty good payday. And again, it's like I thought about mowing. I think I'm just going to let the grass get all the same length and then mow all of it. Mow as much as I can. Fill up my little grass collectors and then run a bunch of trips up here. All right, we'll catch you here in a second. Yep, it is super foggy down here right now. Moved on in. All right, so a little after 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we've made a little bit of money today. I don't know, maybe about 3,000, a little less than 3,000. Going to just do this one more time here just to see if anything is going to disappear. All right, it did not. So, all right, let me out of here. Okay. I'm going to look at something real quick here. Flatbed trailer. That's what I thought. I thought one was about, actually, I was thinking 16,000, but that one's 20,000. I could see how a flatbed trailer would come in pretty handy. So you don't have to cut these up into all the little tiny pieces there, folks. All right, I think I'm going to start working on these logs. Let me look at this thing real quick again. Oh my goodness. Jump. All right, let's see. It's at 99%. So that's good. That's good. All right, we're going to cut up some more of this. We're going to try to get another load up to the mill here. Holy cow, that's light. I was able to pick that whole thing up. All right. Well, look, we are moving in on 5 o'clock in the afternoon here. I've got another load to go up to the mill. I don't think I'm going to make as much off of this. I think it's that beech tree. Lodgepole pine. Lodgepole pine. I feel like there was another one that was, I don't know. It might be in there already. It might be that first tree I cut down, but it was super light. So I have this feeling probably not going to make a ton of money off of it. But we did clear out a couple of those trees over there. Got a couple cleared off the road there. I've got a little bit left that I may go ahead and load up when I get back from the sawmill up here. We're running out of daylight. And I'm thinking what I might do is try to finish the day up by getting the rest of those 2 logs in the trailer and ready to go in the morning. I don't know how much I'll make off of this. If it's anywhere close to what I made on the last load, then might be in the ballpark of $9,000-$10,000, but it was really light, so I highly doubt that I'm going to get near as much as I did off that last one. Here we go. Here's where I always almost lose it. Going up this hill. All right, there we go. All right, we're about to find out what this is going to bring us. Nothing else. $1,000 would be nice. Still nobody at work. What's going on here? What kind of sawmill is this? Oh wow, look at there. I got $2,000 off of that. I wasn't expecting that. Well, for one reason, I picked up one of those logs and I had about half of it carrying it around, so I knew it wasn't very heavy. Kind of a light wood or a soft wood. All right, that's good. So we will probably end the day with close to $9,000. We still got a couple hours before dark. Let's go clean up the rest of those logs, and then we're probably going to call it a day. And on day 5, we're just going to try to rinse and repeat. I'm going to try to get as much money in as I can, and really start thinking about what the next big whatever it is, or whether it's equipment or another selling point or something. We'll get it figured out. We're rolling. We're rolling now. Definitely another long day as we are pulling back in. It is nighttime, or really close to nighttime. I think I cut a couple of these up already. Maybe. Yeah, that one there. Oh, come on. So I think what I'm going to do, folks, is get this thing loaded up. I'm going to see where the sawmill's at once I put this stuff away. I've got that one log still in there, so I may end up cutting it up a little bit and getting this thing stuffed full to 100%. And then that way, tomorrow, we can just focus on clearing out that road a little bit more. At some point in time, I want to make another road at the top of that hill. Basically kind of giving me a border for my property. Okay, I think that's all I did. And what is this beech? Yeah, this is the beech tree. It seems like it's super light. All right, I got one more piece, and then I want to check and see how full this sawmill is. Sorry, folks, hang in there. There we go. Yeah, it's a little bit loaded up. As soon as I go to start messing with it. Yeah, I don't think I can actually grab it when I'm in whoop. There we go. When I'm in third person there. Okay, let's check this out. 98%. Let me give her one cut just to see if it'll pull in a little bit more there. I probably need a little bitty piece there. Yeah, this is what bothers me about cutting when I don't know where I'm doing. Holy cow, what am I doing? Oh, I gotta get out of there. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. Okay, yeah, so I got a little bitty piece right there. I don't know if that'll take it or not. All right, well, I'd say we did all right. We made close to about $6,000 today. I think we can make some more tomorrow. I did a lot of fumbling and bumbling around up there in the woods, and I cut some tree stumps out once I figured out I could actually cut the tree stumps out. It's a little bit foggy here on this first day of October. I imagine we're going to start seeing more signs of winter here pretty soon, but we're going to figure it out. We're slowly stacking up a little bit of money. We'll have to get a little bit more tomorrow and then decide what the next big item is that we want to buy, what's going to help us the most, and what's going to basically get us to that next level of making some serious cash per day. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Happy Saturday. We'll catch you next time. Rusty Shanks, out.